today's mental health episode.
Motivation. Yeah. So that's my question for you. How do you? I know you say you're not a morning person, but I feel like you are.
I am a morning person, yeah.
How do you get yourself up in the morning like the way that you do?
Like,
Because I be struggling to get out of bed sometimes.
what motivates me to get up out of bed?
Yeah. Like what motivates you to just get your day started and going?
I got stuff to do. I know that, like, it might not sound like enough for a lot of people, but, like, I'm serious. I'm dead
No,
serious.
yeah, I believe you.
I got stuff to do. Like, you see me. I get up,
Mhm.
like, dust myself out, go in the bathroom, brush
Mhm.
my hair, brush my teeth, wash my face, go make a coffee.
Mhm. Yeah, I see you do that. I'd
Like,
be like, damn, I gotta. Like you get up in the morning, I'll be like, damn, I gotta get on that too, man. Sometimes it's hard for me to get up, but I feel like right after I make the bed is when I'm like, okay, let's get the day started.
hmm
Let's get it going, you know?
Yeah, you do. Like, every single day. If I don't help you, like, you just get up and start making the bed.
Mhm.
So, like, that's your routine. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
that's kind of what I have for myself. Like, get up, get set, go make coffee, come back, do stretching, a little
Mhm.
light exercise, then get to it.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if I don't make the bed, then I'm not ready for the day.
Right.
It's just, um, like you said, it's routine for me at this point. But is there anything that like keeps you going during the day? You know what I mean? Like,
Like when I hit like a bump or like
yeah,
I'm
like
low
when
on
you're
energy,
feeling down, how do you be like, okay, now I got this?
I'd be thinking about you.
Really?
Yeah. Like, and not on like some corny shit, but like I genuinely be thinking about you because every time I call you, when I be calling you and I'm like going through something, what's the first thing I say? Like, what's the reason I'm calling you?
Yeah, like you need a boost.
Yeah, because I just want to hear your voice. And I mean that, like, I really do mean that. Like, if I'm not feeling 100, it's easy for me to like fall back and like rely on you and reach out to you. And just hearing your voice alone kind of like propels me through the rest of my day.
I feel that. I be thinking about how you get up in the morning.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, well, he gets up with so much like ready to go attitude,
Yeah.
and just that like, um, I get excited about the end of the day
Mhm.
and hearing about how your day went.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I know. Even with the crazy days that you have, because I
No,
know, you know.
I mean like in the same man. Not like yeah, I'd be dealing with a lot some days, but I mean like I feel exactly likewise. Like when we finally get in the car together and we're driving home, that's why like I have you talk about your day first, because like I want to hear what you have to say. Like I want to hear about your day. I want to hear like how everything went. Like I want to know everything you went through, what you were thinking, like what your day was like.
Okay, so how about when it comes to because I have a hard time with it too.
Mhm.
It took me a while to get accustomed to that mindset of um you got this type of shit.
Mhm.
Like how do you I know you just went through a fitness journey,
Mhm.
like a health journey
Yeah.
and a self-care journey. How did you get yourself out of that rut of like I don't want to do it?
So that's a funny like thing to think about because now it's been like a year and a half, like almost. No, yeah, about like a year and a half
Mhm.
of like working out and like sticking to my regiment and like being disciplined about it. For people watching, they're like, "Oh, he's skinny." Like I used to be like incredibly overweight. Like
You weren't incredibly overweight, but I get what you're saying.
okay, like I used to be.
You were not as fit as you would have liked to be.
No, I was fat. Like I was like you can't even say thick because that makes it look like voluptuous or something. I was fat. Okay, like very fat. Like I look back at old photos of me and go like, damn. Like you showed me a photo recently on Snapchat Memories.
Oh, the Valentine's Day one,
Yeah, like the
the
Valentine's Day
side
one.
view.
Holy, a side view will humble you. Like
Yeah.
humble you. Like oh my god. I looked at like no, never mind that. Every other person that knew me is trying to be nice about it. Like that, y'all are tripping. I was fat. I was incredibly overweight, right? And I didn't think anything about it, and I always think like so. I wanted to lose weight
Mhm.
before we went on a vacation. We went on a like week and a half vacation up to New Hampshire.
Yeah,
We went to
Russell Pond.
yeah,
Yeah.
Russell Pond, all that, and I was having fun, like didn't think anything of it, and we took photos together and all that fun stuff. And then one of the people that I'm friends with on Instagram hit me up. They were like, "Hey, I'm doing like my own fitness journey. Like I used to be fat, da da da." And we were always like talking to each other, hyping each other up, like because we both do music. At that point, he was getting into working out, and he wanted to be a fitness trainer. He
Mhm.
wanted to be like a personal coach.
Mhm.
So he reached out to me while we were up there on vacation. And I got a notification. I'm like, "Oh." He texted me. Like usually we just be commenting on each other's stuff. And he messaged me. I was like, "Hey man, like, so I'm a fitness trainer, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my programs off the ground because we're friends. Like, I can set you up with a diet, a routine, like personal fitness workout regimen
Mhm.
on the low. So like, let me know." And I kind of just looked at the message for a minute. And I was like, "Hey, I didn't post any photos. Wait, did I post? Like, yeah, we were just at the beach. Like, did I post any photos at the beach or
Mhm.
something like that?"
Yeah, I remember that picture.
And I looked up on my Instagram, and it was a picture with me holding you with a
Mhm.
shirt on, where I was just holding you,
Mhm.
and you could see like through the shirt, and it wasn't
Mhm.
like a spandex or anything like that. It was on like a cotton shirt, so that's how overweight I was. Like my stomach was pushing out like cotton shirts, where like you could see like my weight, and I was like, oh my god, like there's a stranger who doesn't know me. Like we're
Yeah, in
friends, but
person. In person.
right, we're online friends. Like people from our generation knows the difference, right?
No, yeah.
Like this person does not know me, reaching out to me, being like, "Hey, I could get you right," and it hit me hard. I was like,
So.
"Oh, oh, like I need to do something about this." Like I already wanted to do something about that before that message,
Mhm.
and I already wanted to do something about that before that vacation. And when I looked at it, like, yo, some stranger is noticing this.
Yeah.
Like, you need to get your together.
So speaking of in person,
Hmm.
do you feel that having um your coworker that had the same mindset with you kind of like pushed you and motivated you a little bit more?
It
Like
definitely
helped set that standard of discipline that you might have not had before?
right. So those are like two questions, right?
Mhm.
Did it like help me like continue it? No,
Mhm.
but what he was able to give me, right, was a different type of thinking when it comes to self discipline. That's like what he helped me out with the most.
Yeah, cuz he was on a similar health journey too, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was, and we would talk about it a lot, right? Where like I had just started my own like fitness journey, and I just started like losing weight, and really like I was at the beginning when we first met, where I've been going like 2 3 months, and that doesn't make a difference because like you don't see any difference. You're the same way. You're just getting your habits down, right? And like what helped me solidify my habits, because the first half of the year, the first 3 months to 6 months are like the hardest.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Like you want to give up, like it's different. You're not seeing any results, so there's no immediate gratification.
Mhm.
And I remember talking to you a lot about that, where you'd be like, even if you don't feel like working out today, like let's both go to the gym, even if we just have to be there, like
Yeah.
physically. Let's just show up for ourselves.
Mhm.
That's what like started getting the wheel going, even though I wasn't seeing any results.
Mhm.
And I was starting to get into like a negative comparison because I'm putting myself up on a pedestal, like, oh, well, I should be losing weight
Yeah,
already.
you're holding yourself to a certain standard.
Right. So, in regards to that, you were the one that helped me with that.
Yeah. Well,
No. Mhm.
when I was doing my fitness journey,
Mhm.
because I wasn't always fit
Yeah.
myself,
Mhm.
it was kind of that mindset of like, okay, well, you don't feel like going to the gym, get the gym clothes out,
Right.
set it up where it's kind of like on the bed or
Mhm.
near you, somewhere where you could see it,
You're gonna run into
and
it.
you're kind of just like, oh yeah, I took my workout clothes because I was gonna work out. Eventually, you're gonna want to put those on, you know. and then you get yourself, okay, well, I got my gym clothes on. Let me
Go.
drive to the gym.
Yeah.
Let me go outside. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that kind of like built it up after a while.
Because you have to face it. You're looking at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that, and it's kind of like, well, I got it this far.
Mhm.
What's the harm in continuing? You
Yeah.
know, that helped a lot. And there was also that mindset of, I saw a quote one time that was like, you can't be upset at the results you didn't get
Mhm.
with the work that you didn't do.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I was like, mm,
That's a bar. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, that's what definitely ticked it off. So at work,
Mhm.
I wrote that quote,
Mhm.
and I wrote like a certain set of exercises that I wanted to do to accomplish to get myself to where I wanted to be.
Mhm.
And it actually worked.
Yeah.
Not just the diet, but it's just like seeing and or in the exercise, but seeing that quote all
On a
the
regular.
time
Yeah.
right over the exercises that I wanted to do,
Mhm.
on top of like keeping that image of myself in my mind.
Mhm.
I was like, that's it.
It makes it more attainable.
That's the yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the pusher, cuz it pushes that self-discipline that you want to have with yourself.
Mhm.
And with is it then that it ends up applying to everything that you do,
Mhm.
whether it's financial or intrinsic or whatever the heck it is that you wanted to do.
Mhm.
Just you can't be upset at the results you don't have with the work you didn't do.
Yeah. You got to put in the effort to be
Yeah,
able to
you have
reap
to put
something.
in the effort. At the end of the day, it
Yeah.
all comes back down to you
Mhm.
where you end up. So I was like, that's a good
Yeah. That's a bar.
that's a golden nugget.
I think, like at the beginning, off of that, like when I was there, the first 2 weeks, it was just straight like showing up. Like I haven't done this, right? The same way you put your workout clothes on your bed
Mhm.
and you kind of made yourself like face that, like, hey, I need to go do this. Like for a lot of people going through the beginning of going to the gym, like unless you've previously done heavily, like anything with fitness or you've had a fitness regimen, like I was new to that. Like I used to do like hiking
Mhm.
and that was kind of like my exercise. It's like I'd go play basketball
Yeah.
or I'd go do hiking, but
Yeah.
I've never like gone and lifted weights after like leaving high school. I never like my parents ain't paying for a gym membership. I know I'm not getting one. I didn't
No.
realize you could get them like for free at the time, right? So like nobody's paying for that on my end. I'm definitely not paying for that.
Mhm.
Making like back when we were working, I was like not even like $11 an hour. Bugging like I'm not
Yeah,
spending
9.25 an
right,
hour.
right. Yeah, when I started, it was like 7.25. Like I'm not.
Yeah, yeah.
Think I'm paying like $30 a month. Like you're
Mhm.
tripping. It's like almost
Mhm.
4 hours. No,
Mhm.
so I'm literally like getting into it like brand new. They're just showing up for the first 2 weeks. Then after the fact, when I did start like getting into weightlifting, and I did start with like compound exercise, I started off like super late. I'm talking like 5, 10 pounds for a
Yeah,
week.
yeah. We
Then
just testing the waters.
no,
And
in my head I'm like I used to say this every day to myself. I'm like I'm just waking up my muscles.
oh, okay, yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
like shit. I ain't work out in like over 2 years.
Yeah.
Like I'm just waking up my muscles. 5, 10 pounds for the first 2 weeks. After that, 10, 15.
Mhm.
Do that for a
Mhm.
month and a half. And next 2 weeks, 20 pounds. Stick to 20 pounds for like 2 months until I'm like, at this point now I'm seeing like improvement. Now I'm seeing like I'm getting
Yeah,
leaner.
literally continuously stacking.
Right. That's what I
Mhm.
tell people. Like, if you're getting into the gym and you either haven't done it in a very long time or you've never done it, do compound exercises. So every week you're adding. You're either increasing rep or you're increasing weight. But you're going in there and you're just trying to like do more for a specific amount until you get into what is your comfortable range. And then from then, as you do rep intensity, where you do like 6 to 8, imagine you're repping like 20, 25. If you're not going to failure on 25, add 5 pounds.
Do you think that physical motivation and the physical buildup of basically learning how to exercise and
Hmm.
stuff like that kind of transferred onto your everyday stuff, like your mental health
Yeah,
and your routine
yeah.
and stuff like that?
Like working out makes me feel good, like mentally.
I
Mm.
hear that a lot. I feel that when I work out. Yeah.
The same way, like I used to go play basketball and it'll clear my head, and even better than that, like I used to longboard like every day. It used to be like super meditative for me. Like
Mhm.
I would go and ride my longboard for like an hour and a
Right.
half. Yeah, no, it's surfing
Yeah, you
on the
get the breeze
sidewalks.
in your face. You're outside.
It's like it's hard to explain, like, because I used to surf in Portugal, and we're in New England at the time. Like, there's no,
Yeah.
where am I gonna go? Rhode Island? Like, the water sucks.
Yeah.
Like, the waves suck. Like, East Coast sucks for
Yeah.
surfing. Like, I don't care.
At least up there, anyways,
I
up
don't care
north.
like who you are. Like, if you tell me you're surfing in the East Coast, you're bugging the fuck out. Like,
There's nobody
there's
surfing.
there's no good waves.
Mhm.
So I finally found like the closest thing to being able to like there's no way to explain it. Like you carve on water. Longboarding lets you do the same thing. You can carve on sidewalks. You can carve on roads. That back and forth,
Mhm.
that like you're gliding, you're going through it. Oh my god. So I used to do that and it would clear my head,
Okay.
right? I would do that like every day for an hour.
Mhm.
Once I stopped because I got hurt like real bad and I almost got hit by too many cars, right? Because the area we lived in was like super high traffic,
Yeah. In the city.
right? I got into basketball. Working out did for me the same thing basketball does. You just get to like clear your mind.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
It's like an outlet. Yeah.
it's meditative, right?
Yeah.
Like you can pump in like a good set of music, you could listen to a good podcast, and you can just like kind of tune out. Like after a while, if you're not doing like brand new exercises or you're not trying like a different routine,
Mhm.
like you know what you're doing. I'm going in, cardio 30 minutes, get into lifting weight, depending on what day it is, like back and chest, or arms, and I'm doing like intense cardio for a minute, and then going back into like physical, so like pull ups
Mhm.
or something like that,
Mhm.
or I'm doing legs, and it's just a leg day with like a little bit of forearms.
Mhm.
Like there's no thought required. Like I have a set routine,
Right.
so I'm just going in. I know what day it is. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's a self care all the way around in a sense.
Right. Like it's something where you kind of just get to tap out for the day.
Okay.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not, physically I'm here, but mentally I'm just. It gives you time to think too. Like especially with music, I listen to like electronic stuff. I listen
Mhm.
to like EDM. I listen to like
Yeah.
stuff that kind of gets me like going and grooving.
Yeah.
But nothing where I like listen to the lyrics. That's why like me personally, I can't watch. Now that I can work out at home, I can do it because it's a little bit more different. Now I'm really heavily on documentaries.
Mhm. Mhm.
But before, like I couldn't even watch. My friend would be like, "Oh, watch Netflix or watch anime," and I couldn't because I would think like I would have to. Especially the anime I watch is dubbed. Oh, the
Yeah.
opposite. I watched so it's subtitles,
Mhm.
and I can't like because I have to read.
Yeah. You gotta
I'm paying attention.
concentrate.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I gotta concentrate. I don't like that because it's like it's bringing me into what I'm doing, and it's not like I don't mind being there. I've worked out without headphones, and God knows I'm not listening to like what Planet Fitness is playing. So it's like being able to just let go and just go through. Like it's meditative for me. Like
Okay.
I get to
Like a
just
reset.
yeah, like you get to tap out and just I get to go over the thoughts that I've been kind of pushing in the back of my head for a while.
Reset and recharge.
More like like how sometimes you go through your day and you're kind of like, oh, I'll deal with that later.
Mhm.
I get to like release all the pins of everything I've been
Okay.
kind of like
Yeah.
not dealing with,
Mm.
you know.
Mhm.
And that's kind of like what helped me a lot when I started like working out the way that I was working out. Was that
Yeah.
because it's like okay now it's just me here for like an hour.
Mhm.
Like I'm doing 40 minutes to an hour every day, or like every time I had to work out like every other day because we were doing like 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. We were in the gym like every other day.
every day that I do work out, I have a whole hour to just think.
Yeah,
Like an hour is a long time, especially if you're like productive about what you're thinking about or what you need to deal with. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. And when you're in there, sometimes the time goes. You're just like, oh snap! I've been here. I've been in here 4 hours.
Hmm.
Damn. You know, I get it. You get it is a good release. I do agree with that.
Yeah. To go back to like what you had asked me before, so that was what you helped me with, and that was what I helped myself with. Now my friend kind of gave me like a newfound perspective on discipline,
Mm.
right? So I'm like very stringent when it comes to things. Like the reason that I got into the gym and started working out and started like even before I got into the gym, the reason that I started working on my own mental health the way that I was working on it is because I was like in a real bad place, like post 2020,
Oh yeah.
right? Like 2020, 2021, I was doing like really bad mentally.
Yeah. Mhm.
The, and I definitely will say this every single time, and I put like any other guy, especially that's looking for like, oh, I need like a new mentality. Like I don't like my perspective. I don't like the way I'm thinking about things. David Goggins helped me a lot. And I always remember the specific video I watched when we were in the bus, like fixing something. It's like if you hit the bottom, right, and you're at the bottom of the barrel, like now you can either choose to just stay there, right, or you could realize like this is it, like life's shit right now. You could either have the option where you stay there, or this is as bad as it's gonna be. So now it's up to me to make it better. Like this is it. This is as bad as it can get, right? So now you can either stay there and loathe in it, or you could try to make it better. Because those are your only options at this point. So wouldn't you rather like go back up and try to do something about it? And like I still remember hearing that. Like this is now what 5 years,
Mhm.
going on 5 years now, and I still remember that. So like shout out David Goggins for giving me a new perspective on like what I was going through at the time, and for kind of giving me a new perspective on like you shouldn't want self improvement when it's convenient.
Mhm.
You shouldn't want self improvement because it's easy.
Mhm.
You should want self improvement because you deserve it.
Yeah.
And although you may be going
Ooh.
through like adversities or you may be
Mhm.
going through like a struggle or a challenge,
Mhm.
it can either make or break you, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So like wouldn't you rather make something of yourself? Even if it is breaking you down and it is tearing you like to the lowest point that you could be, wouldn't you rather be able to come back from that and then look back and be like, hey, I did that.
Yeah. Well,
Like
in that sense, I feel like you could start from your rawest self.
exactly. And that's exactly what the point of that video was. It's like if you're really finding yourself where like this is as bad as it can get and this is the shit as it can get, you should be excited because this is it. This is as bad as it's gonna get. It won't
It's
get
only
worse.
up from there.
Right. And it sounds like so corny to
It
say,
does. Yeah, I
but it
know what
really
you
is
mean,
like
though.
that.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm living proof of that. Like, as bad as it can get mentally, like you could be having a bad breakdown,
Mhm.
and you could be getting like life could just be beating the shit out of you for a
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah.
It's up to you to recognize like this is honestly as bad as it's gonna get. So now for the next few months, at least just like in a small time frame, like now it's up to me to like make it better.
I like that.
Right.
And it goes on and on and on.
Yeah. Because it's up to you. Like it's a everyday thing. It's
Mhm.
not something where I put into work. That's it. We're done. Like close that chapter out. If you think like that, you're gonna go back and like the universe will keep teaching you the same lesson until you learn it.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
So you should never look at it where
I be going by that a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
You should never look at it where it's like, well, I did that. I don't
Mhm.
need to do that anymore.
Mhm.
It's like if it's for your own betterment, you should be retroactively doing that on a daily, if not like on a regular.
I do go by that a lot. I like that.
And I remember like with my friend, like so now I'd been working out some like over half a year, like 6 going on 8 months,
Mhm.
which is like still relatively new, but I was holding myself to a higher level of discipline. So like for example, I was struggling with things like I'd want to eat coffee like on a regular. Like I'm now having a cup of coffee, but like I was having like 3 or 4 a day. I was still drinking things like, Dunkin' Donuts on a regular.
Oh yeah, that's all
It's all sugar,
all sugar.
right?
Sugar water.
So like tiny little things like that where I was kind of like fighting myself on I want to do better, but I also want the treat.
Mm.
Like I'm putting into work, but I also want that immediate gratification. And what he told me I thought was so funny. So we were at a place where they had candy bars,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and I was like damn, like I really like I love Milky Ways and Twixes.
Mhm.
Like I really want one of those.
Mhm.
And he grabbed one after I said that, and I was kind of just like, we're on the same health and fitness journey, like. And he explained it to me like it doesn't like Frank. It doesn't matter if you want the candy bar versus if you don't want the candy bar, right? Like you want the candy bar, you want the candy bar. Go and take a bite out of it and throw the rest out in the trash. And I was kind of just like, but isn't that being wasteful? He was like, no. Like what you're doing in that one, you should never. Uh, I'm not lost for the word. Like not allow yourself.
Yeah, like deprive yourself.
Thank you. You should never deprive yourself of the experience because within that you still have a capability of practicing discipline.
Mhm.
You took a bite and you threw the rest away. You threw the rest away.
Mhm.
And that kind of like blew my mind open because I was just like, wow, like discipline is still like an everyday thing where every action you have a choice of being disciplined in your decision making.
Yeah, I feel like people get misconstrued with what it means to have discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Like discipline doesn't necessarily mean being stern
Right. Or
and
full out like, oh well, I
yeah,
don't allow
cold
myself anything.
turkey everything, or
Exactly.
it doesn't necessarily mean like just strictly doing one thing or the
Mm-hmm.
other. I feel like people get confused um with that discipline can also mean like knowing when you're full
Mm-hmm.
versus when you're just wanting to keep eating,
Right.
or the discipline of like, well, I didn't get to go to the gym
Mm-hmm.
every day of the week like I told myself I was going to. Okay, but you went, you know what I mean, at least once or twice this week.
Mm-hmm.
That in of itself takes discipline because you can easily say, I'll just save it for next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just save it for the week after. I'll start at the beginning of
Yeah.
next month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you took the discipline to take yourself to the gym that once or twice a week that you did go. You know, discipline can mean a lot of things for different things. As corny as it sounds again,
Mm-hmm.
but
No, no, it really is like that
it's
because.
if you know like
Mm-hmm.
it's something that you didn't do before,
Yeah.
and you have the discipline to be like, well, at least let me write down the goal or let me set the goal for myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
You know.
For a lot of people that kind of like are forgetful or oh, I set this up for myself, but I didn't follow through with it.
Mhm.
Like they kind of find themselves being like, oh well, I didn't do it. I guess I didn't do it. It's like
Oh my God, yeah.
you should look at it not in the sense of like, well, I didn't do it, so I guess that's it. It's like, okay, I didn't do it this week, so next week I'm gonna aim for doing it more.
Mhm.
Not like, well, I had a goal set and an intention set for the whole week. Okay, you didn't do it. Next week you have a whole other 7 days, or at least some of those days you can definitely do
Well,
it.
you learn from that.
Right, and
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing. You just learned that like, okay, you didn't get to do it. So what can you do next week to make sure that you do actually go through and follow through with the things that you set up for
Mhm.
yourself?
Mhm.
Like I had to go through that a lot where I'd be kind of forgetful when it comes to certain things.
Mhm.
And at the moment I had the same exact approach. It's like, oh, like I didn't get it done. Like, okay, I guess I didn't
Well,
do it.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's what it is. It
right.
is what it is.
That's it. Like I didn't do it. And then I kind of started thinking about it like, okay, well I didn't do it this week. So let me like set an alarm. Let me set a note, a reminder, like put it on a sticky note and put it somewhere. The same way you put your gym clothes
Mhm.
that I have to look at, right? Like okay, I keep forgetting this at home. Put it right on my phone. That way I don't leave home without it. Okay, I need to work on my music, right?
Mhm.
So when I come home, rather than like doing anything else, let me pull out my laptop and put it right where I'm gonna be, where my space is gonna be, wherever I have set up for myself.
Right.
So that way it's that either physical or mental reminder, like, hey, you're trying to get this done.
Yeah.
Like always give yourself the opportunity, even if you've missed it in the past, because you should never have it where it's, you know, oh, well, I didn't get it done, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, you're still like holding yourself accountable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're following through on your discipline
Yeah, yeah.
through being able to one recognize that you're still human, like you're gonna
Mhm.
make mistakes,
Mhm.
you're gonna fall short.
Mhm.
It's what you choose to do moving forward. How do you choose to deal with that? How do you choose to address that? How do you choose to deal with, you know, your own shortcomings?
Right.
Like, will you give yourself another chance? Like, will you show up for yourself? You know,
Mhm.
that's kind of what makes your discipline. And that's kind of like what I found at that point in time, that like 8 months into the first portion of the end of the year for my fitness with that and for my journey with that. It was kind of just finding myself in a space where, okay, I'm where I'm at now. And progressively, I could keep doing better.
Right.
So rather than just being like, okay, yeah, I'm working out, you know, I'm doing what I said I was going to do. I may not be hitting certain goals, but I'm doing it.
Mhm.
Like I put all that out the window.
Yeah.
It's like I want to progressively be better every single day, and that
Mhm.
was kind of the goal I set for myself. Like I want to improve so that later I can look back, and even like when we have kids or later on when I'm older, I can look back and be like, wow, like I really got my shit together in my 20s.
Mhm.
It's not just like going through a pandemic, going through like a messed up situation that we went through like time and time again.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna let that define me.
Mhm.
I didn't look. I can finally look back and be like, I'm proud
Yeah, you
of
broke your own cycle.
exactly. Like I chose growth over like comfort.
Yeah.
I chose growth and being better over comfort.
Mhm.
Like I think it's so funny too. Like when I started like counting calories finally, and the first time I looked back on like the back of a Ben and Jerry's,
Mhm.
and I looked and I was like, holy shit! Like this is a meal. Like I never like I've been eating ice cream for since I was a kid,
Yeah,
dude.
dessert with every meal.
Dessert with every meal, and we're Spanish, so a whole meal is like a plate. Like a third of that bitch is filled with rice. The
Yeah.
other half is like beans on the side, and then the other third is the meat. So like I'm talking like Thanksgiving platters,
Yeah.
and then on top of it, I'm like, man, I want some Ben and Jerry's. Let's go grab some ice cream.
Yep. With whatever sugar-filled drink you had.
Yeah,
Like when we used to drink soda.
with everything, yeah, you know. So like, and then I remember looking at that and just kind of thinking to myself, like, it's something where I could go ahead and just keep doing what I'm doing, or I could actually take the opportunity and like do better,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. At least in that sense, you were like more self-aware too. Oh yeah, you're gonna not overcharge
Yeah,
it.
don't want to overcharge it. That thing's nice.
At least you're becoming, like I said, you're becoming more self-aware too when it comes to that stuff.
Hmm.
And learning a little bit more about yourself as you go to
Yeah,
along the way, which is cool.
I just thought it was like so surprising. Like when I first started figuring out like the little ins and outs of it, like my friends the one that told me like you need to count your calories, and then it was up to me to like look at everything that I'm eating and everything that I'm consuming and kind of just like weighing it out. Like, is the immediate gratification of like consuming what I'm consuming now because it makes me feel good temporarily
Mhm.
worth more than the long term results of one being healthier? and I'll gladly say it. Like with everything that I've eaten now, like I feel so much happier. Like this is the best I felt like probably all my life.
Hey, okay, I
Right?
like
Like
that.
recently we just cut out red meat and I thought it was so funny. Like I'm like shout out Celsius, sponsor me. I drink so many Celsius. Like
I love
oh
Celsius.
my god. So if you get a Celsius today, no,
Yes.
but bro, like Celsius is so good. Okay. And I when I was eating red meat and we already this was like a few months ago, so like we both on our journey, health like fitness, all that good stuff. We still doing it. Like if you reach over there, there's a Celsius, like right now. So I would have a Celsius, I kid you not, like every single day. Because the job I have, I'm working long hours.
Mhm.
I stopped eating red meat with you, and we switched over to turkey and chicken.
Right.
And I brought it up to you, like, oh my god, like, I don't know. This was before daylight savings. So this was probably like, I don't know, something had changed where like we were doing something new for exercise. Like I either started doing like your prison workouts or something.
Why you call them that?
That's what you do. You work out like you're doing P90X. You work out like you're getting convicted tomorrow, and you're like, I need a six pack before they bring me in.
No.
I gotta let them know who's boss and who's running stuff in here. So like I thought it was that. I thought it's because I was doing your prison workouts.
Oh my
Because
god.
I've been doing that with you. I was doing it for like 2 weeks, and then we did the switch over from red meat at that same time. So I was thinking like, man, I don't know if it's like the workouts or I don't know if I'm going to bed earlier because we were going to bed early
Yeah,
that whole
we
week.
were fixing our sleeping schedule too. That helps a lot.
No, no, but like it was like a big difference.
No, yeah.
No, no, not that. I'm saying like I was feeling a big difference where like not, dude. I've been sleeping early before and I was still needing my Celsius.
Mhm.
So like halfway through the day, like 3, 4 o'clock comes up and I'm still like full energy at work. I'm not tired. I'm not crashing. I'm like wide awake, focused, like mentally sharp after like being like 8, 9 hours plus. And I was kind of just like talking to you about it, like, wow, I don't know what we've been doing, but like I've been feeling so much better lately. And then that's when you hit me with that. So, oh yeah, because we're not eating red meat anymore. And it all hit me at once, like, oh yeah, we've been eating turkey for like almost 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So my gut is like completely clean,
Mhm.
dude. Like it just goes to show, like as stupid as it is for a lot of people that don't want to hear it, like you are what you eat. Like what you consume makes a big difference. Like your discipline is super important. It comes down to like discipline and diet.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, are you consistently working out? Good. Now, what are you eating at the end of it? Because that's the same thing back at the very beginning when I was talking to you about it being 3, 4 months in. Like, I was still drinking like a bunch of coffees to get me through my day.
Mhm.
So, like, yeah, I'm working out progressively, but I'm also like eating over 300 like grams of carbs
That's two.
and a bunch of sugar on top of
Yeah.
it.
That's two is like you put yourself on a journey, right?
Hmm.
And as you go along, you start to do this process of elimination
Hmm.
of things that are working for you and that aren't working for you.
Yeah, what
Things that
serves
are
me.
making a difference and things that are maintaining stagnant.
Mm.
So when you take an outside perspective on how you're doing stuff, you're like, okay, I'm doing it this way. Like, why am I still feeling this? Or
Hmm.
okay, I'm doing it this way. Like, what is it that's helping me
Yeah.
feel this way? You start to like tack off those boxes of like, oh, okay, it's that I'm sleeping better. Or, oh, it's okay, it's that I fixed my diet. Or, oh, it's probably that I'm being more aware of what I'm putting into my body or
Yeah.
how I'm taking care of my body and how I'm treating my body. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
You start fine tuning it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think those things really, really make a difference too when it comes to that kind of stuff
Hmm.
and when it comes to doing self care and loving yourself and just being more aware of your your body as a whole,
Mhm.
mentally, physically, spiritually, everything that's not working out for you or
Mhm.
doesn't suit you will eventually cross itself out of the process.
What do you think out of like your experience through everything we've gone through in the last now almost 2 years? What do you think has been like the hardest thing to go through?
Like as far as
Like mental health wise and like fitness wise?
well, mental health wise, well, I think I can tie it into one, mental and physical.
Mhm.
I'm a huge foodie. I'm a big foodie person.
Mhm.
I work in food. You know what I mean? I have a passion for food, and I aim to have a future in the food industry as well,
Mhm.
like having my own business as far as stuff like that goes. So I love to eat. I love to try new foods. I love to taste new things, and
Mhm.
I think that that's the hard part for me. Is that I've even considered more recently, of like trying to. I've seen so many things of making mushroom type meats
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and I want to experiment with that just because
You've gotten big into like wellness meals.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt to try new things.
Yeah.
But that's what's been difficult for me is I just love food,
Mhm.
and sometimes I have that thing of like, mm, one won't hurt,
Yeah.
but then one turns into two, and two turns into three, and five and six. Like I have that self control aspect of it
Mhm.
where you know I'm still learning how to take advantage of, okay, I'm just eating to eat,
Yeah.
and I'm not like, it's not helping me or doing anything for me. You
Yeah.
know
It's
what
not
I'm saying?
serving you in any way.
Exactly, it's not serving me. It's like you said before with the ice cream. It's like I'll eat it and it'll give me that temporary satisfaction, but later on, when I'm feeling like
And you get the itis.
lethargic
Yeah.
and I get the itis,
You
yeah,
get the itis.
yeah, I know why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really it's because I chose to make that decision of continuing to do something that wasn't working for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that immediate gratification is right there. Low hanging
Exactly.
fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly, low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You know? And then when I back then, when I was younger, like in high school
Mhm.
and a little bit after that, I used to stress eat.
Mhm.
So that's something that I'm trying to take control over too, is again learning when it is that I'm hungry
Mhm.
and when I'm just, eating my emotions
Yeah. Or
or
for
eating
boredom.
because I want to eat,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but that's where that self discipline comes in, and that's where that quote always pops up in my head is you can't be upset at the results you didn't get with the work you didn't do.
Mhm.
So if I'm not taking the initiative and being like, okay, why aren't I satisfied with the results that I'm getting? It's because I didn't do the work to get the results that I wanted,
Yeah.
And that's just been becoming more of a practice for me.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about that a lot, like not staying within your comfort zone if it doesn't serve you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing too. Is it when you stay in your comfort zone, like you said before, the universe has this thing of just throwing you in the same cycle over and over again until you learn. I actually got to a point when I was younger, and this is like I wasn't even 20 years old. I think I was 18. I went to the doctor once, and she's like, if you gain any more weight, and if you keep not taking care of yourself, you're at risk of getting POS, polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Mhm.
And I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And she's also like, you're also at like very close because genetically you're more prone to it
Yeah, you have a
of getting,
predisposition. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, of getting high cholesterol.
Mhm.
And that's when I was like, okay, I get it. I get the message. You
Yeah.
know, from then I know I don't know if you remember, but I was doing runs
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah. You lost a lot of weight in high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just, watching what I eat. I wasn't um it's not like I was, like you said, depriving myself of things that I wanted,
Mhm.
but I was learning to know when what is something that's nutritional for me,
Mhm.
what is something that I'm eating just to eat, what are those things that I should like hold back from, or what are things that are actually, nutritionally valuable to
Mhm.
my body and myself.
Yeah.
And it's also a thing too of like, if you when you're learning how to love yourself
Mhm.
and you're learning how to take care of yourself and you want better for yourself, you don't you tend to see those things as like, I'm not gonna poison my body
Mhm.
with things that are realistically not good for me. Like I stopped eating fast food
Yeah.
a long time ago,
Yeah.
and it feels so good.
Yeah. Like we
I
don't eat
feel
processed
so
foods.
much better. I don't go to Wendy's. I don't go to. I hate McDonald's. I don't go to any of those type of places.
Yeah.
Because you can feel the difference. Like you train your mind to be like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is disgusting. It's not good for you.
Mhm.
And once you eat it again, you're just like,
Yeah. No, doesn't hit the same way it used to.
mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm. I
Is
don't
it?
like it.
It's been a while since like you and I have both like eaten processed foods. Like we don't eat processed foods.
Yeah, I mean,
We cook at home, and even when we go to a restaurant, we make sure if it's not organic, it's like locally sourced.
yeah,
Like even the
that,
burger place that we go to is locally sourced beef.
yeah, everything's made right there. It's like what is it? Farm to table.
Yeah, farm to table. Yeah,
Um,
we don't eat processed food specifically for that reason, because like you may not notice the difference if you're constantly eating that, but I promise you, go without it for like even like 2 3 weeks, and then go back to eating that, and notice how quickly it hits you.
yeah, I call it chum bucket food. Once I stopped eating chum bucket food,
Mhm.
oh man, so much more energy. I don't feel as lethargic. I don't feel like that brain fog
Mhm.
that comes with it
Yeah.
as it's real.
Yeah.
Like it's not a bunch of bullshit. Like it
No, like
really
you
is.
are what you eat.
Yeah.
As much as you don't want to hear that, like maybe it's because you're enabling yourself into being a statistic
Yeah. You
rather
know what
than
I mean?
like being somebody who deserves better.
Yeah, so like for the question that you asked, it
Mhm.
really is like learning what was good for me and what wasn't.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part because you grow up sometimes eating those types of food,
Mhm.
or sometimes you're not really taught, or you don't learn that those foods aren't good for you,
Yeah.
or those habits aren't good for you.
Mhm.
It's not just food, it's habits too.
Yeah. Your
And
environment makes you.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I kind of just try to start from a whole clean slate
Mhm.
of, okay, that's good for you, that's not good for you. Maybe try to stay away from that.
Mhm.
That's good for you, that's bad for you. You could use a little bit more of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
What would you say is like the biggest piece of advice that you'd offer somebody trying to like better their mental health, or trying to be like where you are in terms of like how good you feel, everything you've gone through, and everything you've put work into?
just break your own cycle.
Yeah.
Break your own cycle. That quote always, again, I'm going to keep saying it. You cannot be upset with the results you didn't get
Mhm.
from the work that you did not do. Like, just keep telling yourself that.
Mhm.
And it applies to everything that you do, everything that you do.
Yeah.
Like, if you set yourself a goal,
Mhm.
you can't really be upset that you didn't get to that goal because you didn't work
Yeah.
to get to that goal. You didn't do anything to get to that goal. And if you did do something and you did the bare minimum, you didn't even
Yeah. I know that's right. People just
push
be talk.
yourself.
People just be talking.
Yeah, you
In
know
both
what I mean?
sides. Yeah.
And it's hard sometimes to get the motivation. Sometimes you be hitting, I'm not saying you go on the go, go, go every day,
Mhm.
but at least like keep it in mind. You know what you want for yourself.
Mhm.
Like just do what you need to do to get that for yourself.
Yeah.
You know? Like give yourself a little bit of self love, and that will evolutionize into everything that you do. You know? Self care, self love really does make a difference on yourself and your surroundings. What about you?
This is usually the only piece of advice I'd be giving people. Take it one day at a time.
That's yeah.
Like, remember, it's a marathon. It's not a race.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to hit a specific goal. You're trying to be a specific type of person, right? You're not gonna get there in a week. You might not even get there in a few months, right? So give yourself the virtue that you most of the time grant others, right? Be patient, be consistent, and most importantly, be loving. Like, for a lot of people that are empathetic, like myself, like, you're real quick to be able to give somebody, the benefit of the doubt, and to give somebody else like a greater chance on what they're doing. Like, grant yourself that same exact luxury. Like, be patient with yourself, be loving with yourself, and be caring with yourself. But know that it's not going to be like an immediate thing.
No, yeah.
It's never like
Yeah.
a overnight success.
Mhm.
It's never immediate gratification. And most of the time, when you find out things like that, it's never healthy. It'll be things like surgery. You know what I mean? It'll be
Mm.
things like I'm taking pills that are like trying to get me to where I'm supposed to be. Like, none of that has any longevity to it.
Mhm.
So be patient and know, like, it's a day by day thing. Instill discipline in yourself, and most importantly, like, give yourself the love that you deserve.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are good at giving it on to others, but never to themselves.
Yeah.
When you deserve it just as much.
That's a fact.
So we're out of time for this episode. Anything else you want to hit them up before we leave?
No, I think just keep those things in mind. You love yourself a little bit. The same passion, the same love, the same care you would give to anybody else or to everything else around you, give it to yourself, like you just said. All right, we'll see you guys. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks for coming back again to Better Together.
Thank you for being here today.
I'm your host, Kiko.
And I'm Micha.